America's #1 value plan. So move fast to your local Suzuki dealer today.
What are you having for dinner?
I'm having leftovers.
I'm having whatever I can eat in a trance in front of the refrigerator.
2 words, drive-through.
I'm sitting down to tender steak and a Dijon peppercorn and white wine sauce with roasted potatoes, red peppers, and crisp green beans. It's one of those new dinners from Lean Cuisine.
Do something good for yourself with new dinner time selections from Stouffer's Lean Cuisine. It's not just lean, it's cuisine.
One of the keys to healthy living is finding a health plan that meets your needs.
Providence Health Plan has some fresh ideas to make it easier to get the health care employees need, plus extra services to stay well.
When you need to see a doctor, you make that choice.
We're committed to quality in both medical care and service to our members.
For information about employer-sponsored health plans from Providence Health Plan, call toll-free 877-245-4077 or visit providence.org/healthplans.
Why should you come to Dick's Stadium Super Sale?
How about hundreds of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs?
Or get $10,000 off MSRP on select models of new Dodge and Fords.
And used cars starting at $99.
Vendors on-site offering 0% financing and instant credit approval.
We had to rent the entire stadium.
Hey, it's this weekend.
That's Dick's Stadium Super Sale.
Off Highway 26 and Cornelius Pass Road in Hillsboro.
Good morning. Countdown to confrontation. Saddam Hussein says weapons inspectors can return to Iraq, but the Bush administration is making the case for the use of force today, Wednesday, September 18th, 2002.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome to Today on this Wednesday morning, everyone. I'm Katie Couric.
And I'm Matt Lauer. I think we're starting to see what can be called an all-out effort by the Bush administration.
That's right, Matt. The U.S. is also under pressure from Russia and some other nations as well. They say there is no need for a new UN resolution against Saddam Hussein. So what happens next? We've gathered a group of experts to answer that question, Matt.
Then what did we know and when did we know it? Today, a congressional committee begins its first public hearings into intelligence failures before September 11th. 2 congressional leaders will give us a preview of that. And there was quite a scare last week when a Georgia woman said she overheard 3 Muslim men talking about a terror attack in South Florida. Well, on Tuesday, the men were on this program. They told us they're innocent. Now their accuser will tell us her side of the story coming up in our 7:30 half hour.
Then a tragic and strange story out of Salt Lake City this morning. A couple is charged in the death of their 4-year-old adopted daughter. Prosecutors say they forced her to drink excessive amounts of water as part of some kind of bonding therapy. The little girl went into a coma and died. We'll talk with the parents this morning as well as the prosecutors. We'll also get the latest on all those television diet claims and find out how one former Today Show guest saw himself on television, didn't like what he saw, so he lost 170
pounds. It's a great
pounds.
story. He said she appeared on this show, said it should have been a great moment for him. Instead, it was a turning point in his life, and he's done something terrific.
And he didn't go on the Subway diet, did he?
No.
Also, a couple of ageless wonders will stop by. We'll have my conversation with the Banger sisters, Susan Sarandon and Goldie Hawn, looking fabulous at 56, each of them. But first, let's get the morning's top stories at the news desk with Ann Curry. Ann, good morning.
Katie and Matt, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Today, President Bush met with congressional leaders about Iraq. He said he will send Congress language for a resolution on Iraq within days. He called it an important signal for the world to see that the United States is united. Meantime, at the UN, there is no unity. NBC's Andrea Mitchell has more now from the State Department. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning, Ann. Indeed, the U.S. and Russia did clash openly over Iraq at the UN as Saddam Hussein continues to try to divide the fragile coalition against him. Colin Powell demanding that the UN keep the pressure on Iraq and not accept Saddam Hussein's promises at face value.
We have seen this game before, and so in order for us to keep the pressure on, and in order to make sure if we start down this road, it is a new road, a different road than what we have seen in the past, with tough conditions.
The U.S. says Iraq's offer does not promise full access to all locations. Hospitals, palaces, mosques, any place they can hide a weapon.
We've got to understand the nature of the regime we're dealing with. This is a man who has delayed, denied, deceived the world.
But now the Russians, who can veto any UN resolution, say there's no need for more UN action. Just send the inspectors back in, period.
All the necessary resolutions, all of the necessary decisions about that are to hand.
And Iraq is lobbying the UN hard to send inspectors in right away with no new rules.
And we are ready for a speedy and immediate resumption of the inspection process.
Despite these setbacks, administration officials say they still believe they can get the UN Security Council to act. They will be pressuring the Russians, who of course have a veto over any UN action, when top Russian officials come here later this week on a previously scheduled visit. Ann?
NBC's Andrea Mitchell at the State Department. Andrea, thank you this morning.
Thank you.
Today, members of Congress hold a public hearing on the intelligence just before 9/11. According to a congressional inquiry, there were intelligence reports that al-Qaeda was considering using airplanes in an attack, but there were no specifics about where, when, or how. We're going to have more on this story in just a few moments. 6 suspected members of what federal investigators say was a New York-based al-Qaeda cell face a bail hearing today. The 6 are charged with providing support or resources to foreign terrorists. If convicted, they face up to 15 years in prison. A chemical spill forced the evacuation of 1,000 people during the night in North Carolina. At least 12 firefighters and police officers had to be treated for chemical burns after the spill at a storage facility in Charlotte. It was the second spill there in 3 weeks. A new tropical storm formed overnight in the Caribbean named Isidore. It is now near Jamaica with winds of 40 miles an hour, and it's expected to strengthen. Forecasters say it could affect the Gulf Coast this weekend. And the group that controls the nation's largest candy maker has kissed off the idea of selling Hershey's foods. Well, last night the group said that it has rejected all the bids it received and said Hershey is no longer for sale. The company had been under pressure from political and business leaders who were concerned about the impact of a potential sale. It is now 7:05. Let's now turn back to Katie, Matt, and Al.
All right, Ann, thank you very much. Matt, do you feel like you're in an episode of Honey, I Shrunk the Weatherman?
It's just unbelievable, isn't it?
He is a shadow of his former self. Looking good.
Well, thank you very much.
Looking fantastic.
Well,
actually.
thank you very much. Thank you. I wish our weather down in the Caribbean was looking as nice.
Nice segue, too.
Did you like that? Wasn't that fabulous? Smooth. There's Isidore, 110 miles west-southwest of Kingston, 40-mile-per-hour winds. It's moving to the northwest at 6. Tropical storm warnings for Jamaica and a tropical storm watch for the Cayman Islands. Here's the path of the storm. We figure by 2 o'clock on Friday it'll be over the Caymans, and then could, once it moves into the Gulf, become a hurricane, and it could cause big problems for the Gulf later on this weekend. So we'll keep an eye from Florida all the way to the Texas coastline. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Hi, everybody, and a live picture this morning on a Wednesday of our Rose City camera showing low clouds and fog on this early Wednesday morning. Those low clouds and fog, though, over the Willamette River will begin to lift later on. Temperatures right now across the metro area. PDX is at 50, 48 currently in Vancouver, and 45 for Hillsborough. Forecast today looks like this, really pretty darn nice. Mostly sunny skies here locally after that morning fog burns off. The winds will be light today. Our daytime high reaching 75 degrees.
7:06. Now here's Matt.
All right, Al, thanks very much. On Close-Up this morning, the intelligence failures of 9/11. Today, the House and Senate Joint Intelligence Committee will hold its first public hearings on what we knew and when we knew it. Senator Bob Graham, Democrat of Florida, serves as the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Senator Richard Shelby of Alabama is the ranking Republican. Senators, good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Matt.
Senator Graham, let me start with you. This committee was formed in January, began closed-door meetings in June. Today, the doors are thrown open. What information is the public going to be hearing for the first time?
What we're going to talk about today is the plot. What happened in the weeks before September the 11th? How much did we know? Who knew it? What might have been done with the information if it had all gotten before one set of analytical eyes?
How much of this information was previously classified?
Most of it was previously classified. One of the reasons that it's now mid-September and we're holding our first public hearing is because of the time that has been required in order to get hundreds of thousands of pages of documents and well over 150 witnesses who've been interviewed to get their reports declassified so that we can make them available to the public.
Senator Shelby, the committee has found that the intelligence community prior to September 11th was gathering evidence that some kind of an attack may have been planned, also that that attack may have involved planes. Did this information come solely from the Colleen Rowley memo, or did it come from other sources?
Well, there were other sources. I think it goes back even to the arrest in the Philippines, and then subsequent to that, some arrests in France. The fact that they used airplanes as weapons should not have been a surprise to the intelligence community. I'm not sure it was to everyone.
Senator Graham, when you look at what the intelligence community knew prior to September 11th, the level of information, are you surprised that the public wasn't given a stronger warning?
I am surprised, and I continue to be surprised that when the public is given a warning, as we were recently, that there isn't an accompanying set of suggestions of what an American should do in order to protect themselves, their families, their communities. I think we have a lot of work to do on the threat warning system.
So Senator Shelby, is this a situation, in your opinion, where too much attention was focused prior to September 11th on threats overseas and not enough intelligence was focused on what might happen in the States?
Perhaps so, Matt, but the threats overseas, the chatter that we were hearing about something might happen overseas, that could have been just a ploy to cover the tracks before they hit us on our homeland. Ultimately, the terrorists had rather hit us here in our homeland than anywhere else, but they will hit us anywhere they can bring a soft target to bear.
And Senator Shelby, while I'm with you, are you getting full cooperation from administration officials in terms of testifying before this committee, or are there some lingering problems from the issue of leaks that may have come from this committee in months past?
Well, I think that when somebody's being investigated, whoever they are, and this is the intelligence community, there's not a lot of cooperation. Now, did the leaks, or, you know, there have always been leaks and will be in the future, and most of them have come from the executive branch of government over the years. But are we getting the cooperation we need? Absolutely not. That's one of our concerns.
So which key players, Senator Graham, are missing? Which ones will not be testifying?
Well, what we're trying to do is to get people who had hands on these issues. For instance, the FBI or CIA agents who are at the operational level within their agencies. And what we're being told is no, they don't want to make those kind of witnesses available. We can only talk to the top of the pyramid. Well, the problem is the top of the pyramid has a general awareness of what's going on in their organization. But if you want to know specifically why we're not the two Malaysian plotters put on a watch list so that they didn't get into the United States unfettered and be able to then continue with their plots, which ended up in an airplane on September the 11th, you've got to talk to somebody at the level where those kind of decisions were made.
Senator Graham, how much has the FBI investigation into the leaks from the Intelligence Committee, how much has that hindered your investigation?
It has not at all hindered our investigation. As Senator Shelby said, we are determined to get to the truth of this matter, and we are not going to be deterred.
Senator Bob Graham, Senator Richard Shelby. Guys, thank you very much.
Sure.
It's 11 after the hour. Here's Katie.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Now to Iraq. Saddam Hussein says United Nations weapons inspectors can return and make unconditional inspections, but the Bush administration calls it the same old rope-a-dope strategy. Today, Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld is urging Congress to authorize the use of force against Iraq. We've convened a roundtable of experts on the subject. Thomas Friedman is a columnist for the New York Times and the author of the book Longitudes and Attitudes Exploring the World After September 11th, among others. Bill Kristol is the editor of the Weekly Standard, and Fareed Zakaria is the editor of Newsweek International. Gentlemen, good morning to all of you.
Good morning, Katie.
All right, so we got a lot to get through. First off, let me just get a quick view from each of you on this. As we mentioned, Iraq has said it will allow UN weapons inspectors unconditional access. Thomas Friedman, even if U.S. officials feel this is a tactic, isn't this a necessary interim step?
Yeah, I think this was really expected by the administration, that Saddam he's used this ploy before. I think it's a necessary diplomatic dance we're going to have to go through if we want to have two things, Katie. If we want to have allies abroad, and if we want to have, I think, solid diplomatic support at home, people have to see that we've gone the extra mile. I think it's important to have allies. I think it'll give more support from the American people if we do have to go to war. So it's going to delay things here. I think it was expected. I don't think it's going to be a major factor at the end of the day if Saddam is not serious.
I was going to say, Bill, why in the view of U.S. officials is a UN resolution so critical here?
I'm not sure it is, Katie. I think if the Russians want to block a UN Security Council resolution, fine. They blocked one with Kosovo, and we went to war with allies and did the right thing and got rid of Milosevic. I think we'll do it again with Saddam. We went to the UN. We made a good faith effort to help the UN enforce its resolutions. If the UN's incapable of doing that because various UN members want to pretend to believe that Saddam Hussein is interested in disarmament, we can't stop Russia from doing that, and then we'll have to act with allies.
What do you think about that, Fareed? Isn't it necessary to garner international support to at least have the UN behind these steps?
Well, Katie, I think it's very important to have UN support, but I think this is the crisis hour for the UN, pretty much as the President said, because if collective security can't work, if you can't get a serious inspections regime, and clearly the administration has made it clear that if there are dramatically different inspections from what they were in the past, you know, if you will, George W. Bush is saying, not your father's inspections or not my father's inspections, a very new system, I think that would work. But if, as Bill says, they're going to play games, then the administration is going to face a problem. The best way to solve it is precisely what the President has done, which is to say, you shape up or we'll take care of this problem.
No, but what about getting UN support with Russia, China, France? Obviously, the Russians came out very strongly that a UN resolution is not needed now. Even if a resolution doesn't happen or take place, what about getting these countries to say, we agree with you?
That will be difficult because they've all begun by saying we'll only do this if the UN blesses it. And if the UN doesn't bless it, I think we'll get a few people along. But I wouldn't rule out France and Russia going along with this. They play this game all the time. And what they're trying to do is to get a better deal.
Tom Friedman, how important is international support in your view? And what are the risks of the United States going it alone or with the help of Great Britain?
Well, I think the reason we don't want to go it alone, Katie, is because what is important, I think, in thinking about the Iraq operation is not the morning of the attack. I think we'll be successful. What I think is important is not even the morning after, because that's when the Iraqis will throw rice on us, I would suspect, and the women will ululate in greeting us. What is important is the morning after, when we've broken Iraq and own the responsibility for rebuilding a country of 26 million people, half a world away. That is something that's going to be a long-term effort. It's going to require a lot of money, a lot of energy. It's important that we have help in doing it from allies, and I think if we have allies abroad, it will make the American people more willing to sustain that operation.
And in fact, Tom, in your column today in the New York Times, you write, I am for invading Iraq only if we think that doing so can bring about regime change and democratization, because what the Arab world desperately needs is a model that works. While this is certainly true, Tom, isn't this easier said than done? You've got all these warring factions. You've got Sunnis and Shiites and Kurds. Is it going to be difficult to establish a democratic system in Iraq? And is there a certain amount of arrogance on the part of the United States to think that it is their job to do so?
Well, it certainly is going to be difficult. It's not the ideal country that you'd start doing nation building in. But we're going to be responsible for nation building there. Once we break Iraq, we own Iraq. So we're going to be responsible whether we like it or not. That's why I think it's important now that we go in with eyes wide open, with the public understanding what's at stake. But I think the stakes are important, that if it can work, if we decide that it's a game worth playing, that we have a model, that we help create a model or spur a model there of a more progressive Arab state. That's precisely what's missing in that region and precisely what produces so many young people who end up on airplanes on September 11th.
But how long a commitment will that take, and how much money will it cost this country?
I think we're talking about a commitment of years, and we're talking about dollars in the billions.
Let me ask Bill and Fareed this question. Let's say Saddam Hussein, Fareed, is removed from power. Who's to say the person who replaces Saddam Hussein will be any more reasonable or friendly to the United States, and frankly, not to be a pessimist, but could be even worse? Is that a possibility?
I think, Katie, you'd have to stretch it to find somebody who's worse than Saddam Hussein, because Saddam Hussein is not your garden variety dictator. This is one of the most brutal totalitarian thugs of the last 100 years. So I think whatever we get is going to be an improvement on Saddam Hussein. I think, however, the point Tom is making is entirely right, that this is going to require a kind of nation building we probably haven't done since we occupied Germany and Japan. The good news is, however, we know how to do this a lot better than we did. If you look at the last 5 years, the international community, which some people like to mock, has actually gotten quite good at nation building. It's done it in the Balkans, it's done it in East Timor, it's done it in Cambodia, it's done it in parts of Africa. Now, it's not perfect, but in all those cases, those countries are a lot better off than they were when they were, you know, in trouble with civil wars or bad dictators. The key, however, is you need stability. Somebody has to be there providing stability, and that's going to be the United States, at least leading the charge. And secondly, you need allies, because you need a lot of money. This thing comes with a big price tag on it.
Bill, you recently wrote in the Weekly Standard about Saddam Hussein. He's a dangerous tyrant who's attacked his neighbors and has used weapons of mass destruction on his own people. We can't wake up 2 years from now and discover that, guess what? He's got them, he's smuggled them to a couple of terrorist groups, and they're going off in New York, and God knows where else. Do you think the Bush administration has done a good enough job, Bill, of articulating why Saddam Hussein needs to be removed from power?
Well, the president sure made a good start in the last 2 weeks. I mean, think 2 weeks ago, the president called the congressional leaders down. His administration seemed to be in disarray. Colin Powell and Dick Cheney were disagreeing publicly, virtually. He told the congressional leaders 2 weeks ago today, I'm going to want a congressional resolution. I'm going to make a good faith effort to help to let the UN enforce its resolutions, but we're going to have to do it if the UN doesn't. He's got the congressional leaders back at the White House this morning, and now he's looking at 75 to 80 votes, it looks like, in the Senate for a resolution authorizing the use of force, a bipartisan resolution. He's going to win in the Senate and the House in the next 2 weeks. He'll make the case again and again to the American people over the next few weeks and months. But no, I think he's got the support he needs here, and I think Americans understand that the risks of inaction are greater than the risks of removing Saddam Hussein, though those are real risks, and there are real commitments to rebuilding the nation. I totally agree. Once we're in there, we need to help make it a decent nation, a decent regime. That could have terrifically good effects throughout the Middle East. But the president has done an awfully good job in the last 2 weeks of beginning to make the case, and he'll continue to do so.
In fact, go ahead, Fareed, I'm sorry.
You know, I was going to say, Katie, this is also not just the UN's hour, but Colin Powell's hour of crisis, because what's happening now is Cheney and Rumsfeld's fear. Their fear was that we would go down a kind of not an inspections route, but an inspections negotiation route. That is to say, a complicated set of negotiations with France and Russia about what does it mean to let the inspectors back in. Powell convinced the president to take this to the UN. I'm sure that it's very important for his personal credibility within the administration that he is able to deliver and not get stuck in a kind of UN swamp of negotiations.
Meanwhile, Tom Friedman, a recent Newsweek poll taken September 12th and 13th shows public opinion is supporting the president. The question was, do you approve of the president's handling of the crisis with Iraq? Yes, 60%, no, 30%, 10% not sure. And do you support using military force against Iraq? Yes, 67%, no, 26% not sure, 7%. Were you surprised by those numbers?
Yeah, a little bit, Katie, only because, well, actually, I'm not surprised. If you ask people generally, do they want to do something about Saddam Hussein, I think they do, and most people wouldn't want to say no. What I was arguing this morning, being out traveling around the country here now a little bit, doing call-in radio, is that I don't think people are solidly against the war. I don't think they're that solidly for the war. I think they're a little perplexed right now, and that's why this debate is very important. This whole Iraq issue came up very, very fast. I think it's very, very important we have a debate, a serious discussion in the Congress. People go in eyes open into what could be a long-term operation. I'll feel a lot more comfortable then than with some weekly poll.
And Fareed, quickly in closing, you wrote a column recently in Newsweek called Bin Laden's Bad Bet, how September 11th really didn't galvanize the radical Muslims throughout the world. Are you afraid that this military action against Iraq may provide this radical element with the incendiary device that they need, and how will it affect terrorism worldwide?
Well, Katie, I don't think it'll provide the radicals with any ammunition, because Saddam Hussein is not a popular guy. Very few people support him. There is one danger, however. We keep saying that he might provide weapons of mass destruction to radicals. Well, so far he's been deterred because he knows that we would understand where the return address of those weapons was, and that is Baghdad. Once we go to war, or if we go to war, we lose that deterrent. So we're going to have a very tricky period, and we're going to have to be very careful. The moment he realizes his regime is over and he's probably dead, he loses all incentive to stop supplying the terrorists.
All right, well, end on that sort of depressing note for Reed Zakaria, Thomas Friedman, and William Crystal. Gentlemen, thank you so much for talking with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.
It's 7:23. We'll be back in a moment. This is Today on NBC.
It was supposed to be the perfect crime. This is a machine that runs on fear. Until she refused to be the perfect victim.
Take me to her, you son of a...
We got a situation here. Trapped.
I'm coming to get you.
Rated R. Opens Friday.
Advertise for less in the nickel ads. Available at grocery stores, street corners, or online. Find or sell just about anything you want. Advertise to more people for less money in the nickel ads. Find more stuff.
What's the best thing about Ashmead College? Is it the fact that Ashmead has 25 years of experience in massage education? Is it that Ashmead students receive individual attention from practicing massage professionals? Or is it the support Ashmead graduates receive in finding employment? If you live in the Portland-Vancouver area, the best thing is that there are now 2 Ashmead campuses to provide rewarding career opportunities. Call 1-877-ASHMEAD. Ashmead College. Make a difference and a good living.
So sexy, it'll make you want to cheat on your sofa. The Camilla Shades from Lazy Boy. The new look of comfort.
Sometimes the little things make all the difference. This isn't one of those times. The factory authorized truckload sale at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Hurry before it comes to a halt.
Over there.
The new smoother, quieter, all-wheel drive Subaru Outback.
They're so beautiful.
Imagine a sport utility designed to find harmony with nature.
What are you looking at?
When you get it, you get it.
See your local Subaru dealer for information on financing as low as 1.9% APR.
Coming up, the Georgia woman accused 3 Muslim men of planning a terror attack in South Florida. After your local news.
The new commercial's on! On DVD and video, feast your eye on the best movie of the year. Scary feet, twins, and a bunk bed. Ooh, I thought I had you there. Disney and Pixar's Monsters, Inc. own it now on DVD.
When Oregonians voted to limit state spending, Bill Bradbury said no. He voted to overturn our spending limit. In fact, Bill Bradbury voted to more than double the size of state government. And to pay for it all, Bradbury voted 57 times for higher taxes, higher income taxes, taxes on Social Security contributions, even a new state sales tax. Bill Bradbury believes in bigger government and higher taxes. Do you?
When you really think about it, we spend more time in our cars than we would imagine. For us at Town & Country, there is a story for every vehicle that you see coming and going. What's most important to us is your story. Thanks to you, Town & Country has grown into one of the fastest growing dealer groups in the greater Portland area. There's no hype. We're here to provide you with the best experience and value when buying a car, truck, or SUV. Wherever you're going, let us get you there. Town & Country. Drive home happy.
News Channel 8 can also be seen on these local translators. This is a News Channel 8 update.
And good morning, everybody. I'm Russ Lewis. At 7:27, we have 50 degrees outside in downtown Portland. And here's what's making news on this Wednesday morning. Accused killer Richard Hampton has pleaded guilty to murdering his wife and a former college instructor. The Columbia newspaper is reporting this morning that it was part of an agreement to avoid the death penalty. Donna Hampton, an Amboy Middle School teacher, died in May. Her husband said it was an accident. And a camper discovered Vern Qualman's murdered body in the forest 6 years ago. Now, the article in the paper says that Hampton will be sentenced to life in prison next week, and he will not be able to appeal that sentence. And Oregon voters approved a higher cigarette tax and a rainy day fund for schools in yesterday's special election. Both measures received more than 60% of the vote. It's time now for a traffic check on this Wednesday morning. Here is Bill Diaz.
Russ, thank you. Inbound on I-84 traffic is heavy with on and off slowing from 82nd down to I-5. It's also heavy in Vancouver on I-5 southbound. That slowing starts right near SR 500, and it stays pretty heavy and slow all the way across the Interstate Bridge and through Delta Park into North Portland. It's also very slow on that sunny Sunset Highway on the Sylvan Hills Sun Glare again. Slowing starts back at Murray, takes you to the top of the hill, sluggish on I-5 northbound through the curves. Live from the ODOT Traffic Command Center, I'm Bill Diaz. Now with the forecast, here is Dave Selesky.
Bill, thanks very much. Besides the sunshine, we do have some morning fog patches across the metropolitan area. Take a look right now at the current conditions. There you go, downtown Portland. I-5 on the Markham Bridge has some fog, 50 degrees the temperature. Wind is out of the southwest. Forecast today, sunny skies across the entire area as soon as the patchy morning fog burns out. And our daytime high today is going to reach 75 degrees. Now, Russ, back to you.
Dave, thank you very much. That's all for now. We have more local news coming up for you in 25 minutes. Until then, I'm Russ Lewis. Have a good morning.
Honey.
Yeah,
Do these pants make my hips look big?
it's not the pants.
What?
Poor sleep quality reduces your decision-making skills. Fortunately, you can sleep free for 6 months with Mattress Gallery's free sleep event. With 6 months free financing, plus choose a free gift of bed frame, sheets, mattress pad, and more with selected Sealy and Simmons mattresses over $399.
The Mattress Gallery.
We take your sleep seriously.
Scan Design's dining room collection is designed in step with the newest consumer direction to appeal in many different living situations. Their legendary reputation for a contemporary dining room selection with old world craftsmanship brings people back to Scan Design time after time. The cool, sleek look of beautiful wood like cherry antique, united with the European flair for elegance, is so evident at all the Scan Design stores. Visit Scan Design in Portland and Beaverton.
We're back at 7:30 on a Wednesday morning. It's the 18th of September, 2002. It's a nice one here in the Northeast. We hope it's nice for your waking up as well. And you can see these folks in town to do a little sightseeing and a little television show watching and to wave to the folks back home. We're happy they're here with us. Inside Studio 1A, I'm Matt Lauer along with Katie Kirk. And coming up in this half hour, She Said, They Said. We're going to talk to that Georgia woman who says she overheard 3 Arab American men planning a terrorist attack. They say it's all a misunderstanding. We'll get her side of the story in just a few minutes.
And then, Matt, a tragic and strange story out of Utah this morning. Prosecutors say a couple forced their 4-year-old adopted daughter to drink so much water it actually resulted in her death. Her parents deny it. We'll talk with the parents and the prosecutor in just a few minutes.
Sounds like a sad story. But first, there is a house on the market in upstate New York that some are calling one of the safest homes anywhere. It comes complete with its own airstrip, a jacuzzi, lots of property, and a 7-story underground missile silo. Gregory Gibbons owns the house, and Bruce Francisco built it. Gentlemen, good morning to you.
Morning, Matt.
Morning, Matt. George, this is the real deal. This is a missile silo built in the 60s. It was taken out of service in the 90s. When you bought this property, did you intend to turn it into a luxury home?
Actually, when I first bought the property, I bought it with the endeavor of salvaging the steel. But the more I got to know the property, become familiar with it, I couldn't bring myself to dismantle it.
So tell me what you've created there. What kind of a house have you built?
Well, when Greg, after he cleaned it, spent years cleaning and salvaging it, I took over and I had a vision, along with Greg, to produce a just amazing home that no one else in the world's ever seen or ever even attempted.
And give me some of the features. What would people get if they buy this home?
Well, you could land and you have a 2,000-foot airstrip if you were a pilot. Of course, you can drive in with your car. You park in your hangar. You walk into a beautiful entrance home on the surface. And then you walk down into what once was the Launch Control Center, actually where we are right now. And it's basically a 2-bedroom, bath, fiber optic lighting, marble baths, jacuzzi tubs, for like a palace underground.
Now, we were seeing some footage a few minutes ago of what looked like the silo in somewhat of disrepair. What did the government actually leave behind in that silo when they took off? I'm assuming they took the missile with them.
The government did take the missile with them, Matt. What you have is what was really, in effect, an 18-story steel superstructure underground. You have 6 feet of steel reinforced concrete protecting you on top and approximately 40,000 square feet of underground space.
Is it true that this house was, or this silo was built to withstand a nuclear hit, and so this house could do the same?
Yes, this is what they deemed a hardened silo, which in that era was built to take a direct nuclear hit.
So you're putting
In
this,
essence.
I'm sorry, you're putting this up for sale on eBay. What kind of bids do you expect? What have you gotten already?
Interestingly, we've had over 40,000 people. We're getting about 10,000 visits to our eBay site, almost 10,000 an hour, 10,000 a day. So it's changing, increasing all the time. So the interest is tremendous, and what I hear is most of the people that would possibly bid on the site wait until a little bit later into the auction.
What do you think it's going to go for eventually?
Well, I think the market's going to dictate it itself. That's why we put it on an eBay. We're going to find out what the value is as we progress.
All right, Bruce, Gregory?
Hey, you know what? To the right person, it could be 10 million. It could bid up. It could be, a couple million is the opening bid price at this moment.
All right.
And we'll find out.
All right, Bruce and Gregory, good luck. We'll try and keep tabs of the progress on this. We thank you for talking to us.
Thank you, Matt.
Matt, have a good day.
Thank you, and you. Let's get a check now of the weather from Mr. Roker.
Today's weather is brought to you by LendingTree.com. When banks compete, you win.
You know, we like when people can kind of economize and save the environment and recycle. So they got a coffee cup and they made a sign out of it that says, today's your 3rd anniversary.
It is.
What's your names?
Scott and Joanne.
Where are you guys from?
Greeley, Colorado.
All right, well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Guys, and if you had a bag with a bagel, you could have to say hello to somebody. Let's check your weather, see what's going on. We're going to show you that we're getting some rain down in Dixie from Birmingham all the way up to Atlanta. They are looking at some wet weather today. In fact, some areas are going to pick up as much as 1.25 inches. So that's some good news, especially as you get up into the mid-Atlantic states. They need the rain because we have a drought still going on. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a Wednesday morning. Beautiful shot. That's our Wells Fargo sky cam this morning. We have morning low clouds and fog patches that have formed right up over the downtown area at very low elevations, but not above the high rises here in downtown Portland. Satellite loop is showing morning clouds and fog that'll burn off as high pressure dominates our weather pattern for the day, giving us a very nice late summer's day. Our forecast today, mostly sunny, areas of some morning fog. The winds will be light, our high 75.
That's your latest weather. Now back inside the key.
All right, Al, thank you. Prosecutors in Salt Lake City have charged a couple with causing the death in June of their 4-year-old adopted daughter, Cassandra. They claim Jeanette and Richard Kilpack forced the little girl to drink large amounts of water as part of a bonding therapy. Prosecutors say she drank so much it caused the little girl's brain to swell, putting her into a coma. The next day, Cassandra died. Richard and Jeanette Kilpack are Cassandra's adoptive parents, and with them is their attorney, Phil Danielson. Sherry Reagan is one of the prosecutors in the case. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Kilpack, let me start with you. You deny that either you or your wife forced excessive water on Cassandra, but you don't deny going through an unusual, intense therapy program with her immediately before she died. Can you explain what happened in the days prior to her death?
Yeah, my little daughter had reactive attachment disorder. That is what she was diagnosed with. She had a lot of different mental issues and conditions. And after going to several therapists, we did go to Cascade as one of the options just to find some way of helping our little daughter. And there were certain recommendations they made. We went through a full week of what they called intensive therapy, where they tried to help her understand her feelings. And that went from, it was every day from Monday through Friday for about 3-hour sessions where they did several different exercises and things to try to help her understand her feelings.
And this is the Cascade Center for Therapy that you're just talking about, correct?
Correct. Correct.
And tell us more about the therapy. I understand everything she did, that Cassandra did, had to be controlled and go through. Jeanette, how did that all work?
What they were trying to establish was rebonding with me and realizing that I did care for her and that I was able to meet her needs. She was a very independent child and felt that she could do everything on her own. We were just trying to reestablish that Mom is here, Mom loves you, Mom can and will take care of you.
But what other things did you do as part of the therapy to help her with this disorder that you believe she had?
It was mostly a nurturing program of me providing her basic needs, me taking care of her, me providing everything for her, dressing her, feeding her, carrying her, you know, doing everything that met her needs.
How do you explain her death then?
Her death was a tragic accident.
How did it happen, Richard?
Part of the suggestions made by Cascade, she had a symptom of sneaking and lying and, again, kind of rejecting the help and love of mom. So they asked her, or asked us to make sure that she came to us for food, for water, for everything that she needed. We sat down with her and explained to her that, and explained to her kind of the conditions and how it would work. We predetermined with Cascade that we came up with predicted options. If she snuck water, for instance, she was required to take 24 ounces of water. That was a condition set. That was what happened on the Sunday evening, is that she did sneak water, and as a precondition, we asked her, Cassandra, do you know what we need to do? And she said, yeah, I need to drink 3 glasses of water. She had about 12 ounces of that water that day before she threw some pretty big temper tantrums, which was also predicted. And the suggestion from Cascade, if that started to happen, was to, you know, have her do some exercise, jumping jacks, things like that. She did those. That wasn't working very well either. So the next step was, well, she needs to sit in timeout and think about it for a minute. So she went to timeout. She started complaining that her head was dizzy, and I asked her to come over, and she basically passed out in our arms.
We should mention that the Cascade Center for Therapy denies ever recommending this course of action. Sherry Reagan, you have a very different impression of what happened to this little girl. Can you tell us what that is?
Well, the explanation that they've given for the amount of water that they gave her does not fit the medical evidence that we have, that she was given excessive amounts of water. We're not talking about just 24 ounces, but probably several quarts of water in order to cause the death. The death was caused by water intoxication, was the determination of our medical examiner, and I don't think there's much question about that, and it requires quite a bit more water than what the kill packs are willing to admit to. Also, they've not mentioned to you the fact that during the course of their giving her this water that day, they had to force the water on her by tying her arms back and forcing her to continue to drink when she was gagging and fighting, and they caused bruising around her mouth and cutting around her mouth as they tried to force that water down this little girl who was fighting to be able to breathe and to try to resist the abuse that they were inflicting upon her.
Have you investigated, Ms. Reagan, what paramedics did when they arrived? Is it possible that giving Cassandra an IV might have caused the water intoxication?
We did investigate that because that had been mentioned. The paramedics in this case did start an IV. It was a pediatric IV, the smallest one that you can use, and they opened it to what they call TKO, which is to keep open. Basically, it was only opened enough for them to be able to administer any medications that they might have to give her in order to help her. At the most, we think that she received very, very minimal amount of fluid from the time that she left the Kilpack's home until she arrived at the hospital.
What will they be charged with?
They're charged with child abuse homicide and also with a second count of child abuse for the fact that they have involved their oldest daughter in the discipline and abuse of Cassandra, and also had her present during the times that this abuse went on, so that she suffered severe emotional harm from being in their home.
And Mr. Danielson, what is the next step as you represent the Kilpacks in this case?
Well, clearly that we have many factual disputes with what the prosecution has said, and we will continue to. So we will prepare for the felony charges as they've been listed. We'll prepare for a preliminary hearing, which will happen in a few months. And we feel very strongly, at the end of the day, the Kilpacks would be exonerated. It should be remembered that the parents had no intention of harming their child or children. They loved her, and unfortunately, Cassandra had a mental illness. And these were the unfortunate results of a tragic series of actions, none of which were intended to cause any harm.
Jeanette and Richard Kilpack, Phil Danielson, and Sherry Reagan, thank you very much to all of you this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
It's 7:45. We'll be back after this.
Mr. Wallace.
Ann, you are just going to love these turtles.
Your terms just aren't right.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Mr. Regan, your rates are a little high.
That's not good. What's the word I'm thinking of?
I think it's no.
No.
Want banks to compete over you? Come to LendingTree.com. Fill out one form and get up to 4 offers within hours.
Oh, what a lovely time.
When banks compete, you win at LendingTree.com.
On September 20th, you will experience a motion picture that critics across the country are already hailing as the movie event of the year. The Four Feathers is a breathtaking epic, a vast adventure with romance, action, and heroism. It's brilliant, spectacular, and truly magnificent. Heath Ledger, Wes Bentley, Kate Hudson. It will sweep you away. The Four Feathers, rated PG-13, starts Friday.
Can you stop your lasagna from sticking? Yes, you can. With Pam, America's favorite no-stick spray. Spray the pan, spray the spatula. With Pam, your lasagna just comes out better. Pam, America's favorite no-stick spray.
You want half?
Sure. Hey, your half's bigger.
Yeah, you're right.
Grand's flaky layers.
How's that?
Big enough to share.
Whiskas knows how to get your cat's attention. New Whiskas Tender Bites, tiny morsels lightly coated in gravy. They're the smaller bites with a big taste. New Tender Bites from Whiskas.
Asthma was only going so far and always wanting to go further.
Today, there is Advair. Ain't no mountain high enough. Advair is clinically proven to increase symptom-free days because Advair is the first and only product to effectively treat the two main components of asthma, airway constriction and inflammation. No other single product does that. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be taken more than twice a day. People switching from an oral steroid like prednisone to Advair, which contains an inhaled steroid, need to be especially careful. While adjusting to the switch, your body may not be as able to heal after surgery, infection, or serious injury. If you have heart or blood pressure problems, tell your doctor. Some people may experience a change in heart rhythm. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve. Ask your doctor if Advair is right for you. Advair, because life should take your breath away, not asthma.
I have 3 boys, and I'll always look out for them, especially now that I know 1 in 3 men face prostate problems.
Introducing new One-A-Day Men's Health Formula, a complete multivitamin with lycopene for prostate health. New One-A-Day Men's, the multivitamin with more for your health.
Eunice Stone was eating in a Georgia restaurant last week when she overheard what she thought was 3 Arab-American men plotting a terrorist attack. She told authorities, who launched a frantic search that ended in the shutdown of a Florida interstate and the detention of all 3 men, all medical students, for 17 hours. They say she misunderstood them. Now Eunice Stone is telling her side of the story. She's here with her attorney, Mike Prieto. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
First of all, how are you feeling? You were hospitalized briefly, I guess stress-related problems?
Stress-related, yes.
How are you feeling this morning, Eunice?
I'm better, a lot better.
This has been some week for you. I mean,
Oh, yes.
it has run the gamut. It's a whirlwind when you go from what must have been a scary experience at that restaurant in Georgia to reaction to what you did. How would you say you've been treated in the coverage of this event?
It's just been a whirlwind of interviews and cameras in my face. You get up in the morning and you answer your door and there's people with cameras. Your phone is ringing. I mean, like 400 messages in one day. And I'm really not used to that.
I've read things in papers where you've been portrayed as a hero, someone whose vigilance should be rewarded. And then I've read things where you've been portrayed as paranoid, someone who was suspicious of 3 men simply because they were of Middle Eastern descent. How do you feel about that?
It's really hurtful because I'm not a prejudiced person. If they would have been purple, I would have done the same thing. Hearing the comments I heard, I was very hurt by their comments and scared. And I feel like I've done the right thing. I reacted the way I should have reacted.
Is it possible for a moment for you to consider that you were completely mistaken about what you heard?
Well, I don't think I was mistaken about the part about 9/11 and 9/13. I definitely don't think I was mistaken about that. The part about bringing it down, I never once said that I knew exactly what that was talking about, but that's the point of the tip to the authorities, They're supposed to sort that out. I don't know what that means exactly.
So you never told the authorities they were talking about explosives. You just said you heard the words "bring it down,"
Right,
and you heard something about morning September 11th,
right,
and wait till they see September 13th.
Correct.
The young men were on this program, as you know.
Yes.
They say this is all a mistake. When they talked about bringing it down, they were talking about a car. They say they never talked about September 11th ever. And let me play you something else they said on this program.
Sure.
I just wanted to comment about how well she heard us speaking, and you know, she has good hearing, and I'm not trying to bash anybody or say anything. She also said that we were speaking in Arabic and in English, right? But the problem is I'm the only one who speaks Arabic. My friends don't speak Arabic at all.
What's your response to that?
I've never said that they spoke Arabic. I said they spoke perfect English with no inflection.
So that absolutely is untrue.
That's untrue.
Has anyone in the restaurant, Eunice, to your knowledge, stepped forward to corroborate your story?
Not that I know of. I haven't been back to the restaurant. I saw it on some news clips, but other than that, I've not been back.
Do you think this is a case that these three men may have been playing a joke and are now backtracking because they may realize the seriousness of what they triggered? This is hypothetical,
well,
obviously.
I really don't know, but you just don't joke about 9/11. I'm sorry. That is just not a joke. To me, that was a very tragic happening, and I just couldn't. When they said 9/11, 9/13, I really got concerned. And I wasn't eavesdropping. We were sitting, he was as close to me, like right here, with just the lattice work between. And then the gentleman with the beard was like over from him. I had very good, I could hear everything they were saying except for when they huddled in to talk.
And Matt, I think it's very important for everyone to realize that she has never accused them of plotting whatsoever. I mean, I've heard some of the feeders from a lot of the television shows, and it's always the lady who's accused them of plotting for a terrorist act. She's never done that whatsoever. All she did was report what she thought was suspicious behavior to the proper authorities. I mean, my understanding from our government, that's what they want. That's what President Bush asked the citizens of this country to do. She did that. As a result of that, her name was released to the press.
Which was surprising to you.
Yes.
You thought you could remain anonymous through all this.
Yes, but I gave my name because I wanted to be credible. I really wanted them to check that out. If I could have took the chicken route and not give my name, and this whole thing could have still maybe happened, but I wanted them to take me seriously.
And if you were in that Shoney's in Georgia again later this morning and you heard the same snippets of conversation, would you do the exact same thing?
Yes, I would. Even after all I've been through, I would still do the same thing.
Eunice Stone, Mike Prieto, thank you both very much.
You're
Good
welcome.
luck to you.
Thank you.
It's 50 after the hour. We're back right after these messages.
Milk is good for teeth and bones. Meat gives you proteins to make muscles big. Boxers are all the rage this season, especially cotton plaids. Two-button boxer briefs are also in, while girls like these lovely patterns.
Go, girl! Woo!
4 servings of bread.
Bring back the fruit!
Is that your kid? Whoa, all right, back up there, Captain.
I'll remember you, you remember me. We both know how good remembering can be. It's about that connection between me and you.
Know someone having a birthday this month? Send a card.
I'm smiling now 'cause I remembered you.
They'll never forget. You remembered.
Escape from dry, heat-damaged hair when you discover heat-activated Thermasilk conditioner. Thermasilk's moisturizers work with your hair dryer to help lock in moisture for softer, silkier hair. Thermasilk. Turn your hair into silk.
Allergies leave you ultra-sensitive? The softest tissue is Kleenex Ultra Soft. Thank goodness for Kleenex tissues.
Buy
Body pain? Back pain? Introducing new Bare Back and Body. It's Bare Aspirin plus a special pain relief enhancer to relieve sore backs and soothe aching muscles fast. New Bare Back and Body. Get moving again pain-free.
Coming up, inside the college admissions process.
And how a former Today Show guest lost 170 pounds after your local news.
The Quilted Northern Quilters.
Did you hear that? What you're hearing is the special kind of clean we quilt into every sheet of Quilted Northern. Our quilting creates this unique texture.
Flat tissue doesn't have it.
All that texture leaves you feeling clean.
It's a quilted clean you get from Quilted Northern.
Ah, a squeaky clean.
Quilted Northern for a quilted clean.
Introducing Quilted Northern Moist Ones.
They're flushable.
I am so hungry, I could eat a moose.
Settle for some beef noodle soup.
Condensed soup? There's a better tasting soup.
Progresso grilled steak.
Big chunks of grilled beef, hearty veggies. See the difference?
This is better.
It's time to go to the better taste, the Progresso.
If you once worshipped the sun, fight damage with new Olay Intensive Restoration Treatment with vitaniacin and the most concentrated pro-retinol available over the counter. Zoning in to fight past damage. New Total Effects Intensive Restoration Treatment.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, how's your aunt?
Oh, she's doing
My friends are always amazed to learn how many of us may need a nursing home or in-home care someday. And when I ask them how they're going to pay for it,
That's a good question. Do you know something I don't know?
State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance Company's long-term care insurance can help protect you and your savings from the rising cost of long-term care.
when my aunt wasn't prepared, it was a real wake-up call. That's why I tell everyone, even if you don't get it from me, get it. It's that important.
Talk to your State Farm agent. We live where you live.
Panic Room, the #1 suspense thriller of the year. Two-time Academy Award winner Jodie Foster is spellbinding.
Shut your eyes and don't turn around.
From David Fincher, visionary director of Fight Club. Panic Room. Buy it now on DVD.
Here's a little reminder for you from Flonase. Don't forget to use your Flonase nasal spray. You'll be glad you did. Remember, all you want is Flonase.
Achy joints? This is my Fleximan. And this is my grandson.
Achy joints? This is my Fleximan. And this is my garden.
Get the relief your joints have been aching for. Maximum Strength Fleximan, formulated by Arthritis Research Corporation, soothes and lubricates achy joints and promotes flexibility.
This is our Fleximan.
And this is our life.
Make it your Fleximan. Look for the box with the flashing red light wherever quality vitamins are sold.
Precision, skill, craftsmanship, Good Wrench. With GM certified technicians and advanced technology, no one knows your GM vehicle better than the pros at GM Good Wrench. It's good to know it's Good Wrench.
You're watching Today, watched by more viewers than any other morning news program.
This ordinary microwave is cooking up something extraordinary. Perfectly steamed Japanese-style sticky rice.
From a microwave?
Ready in minutes for home-style sushi.
Wow!
Shaped and garnished just the way you like it. Or for any number of creative dishes.
Yum!
Ajinomoto Japanese-style sticky rice. And try our teriyaki chicken stir-fry rice. Nothing to add, just heat and enjoy. Pick one up and discover Japan's favorite food brand.
Ajinomoto.
It's Sleep Country USA's big mattress sale. Save on Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific. Save on top of the line models like Beauty Rest and Posturepedic. Even Sealy's very best, the Crown Jewel. Save on twin, full, queen, or king. Save on firm, extra firm, plush, or pillow tops. Get free pillows with every premium mattress purchase. And 6 months, same as cash financing, absolutely free. It's the big mattress sale. On now.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
News Channel 8 can also be seen on these local translators. This is a News Channel 8 update.
And good morning, everybody. I'm Russ Lewis. It's 7:57 now. We have 52 degrees outside in downtown Portland. And here's what's making news this morning. Lawmakers ended the 5th special session in Salem early this morning after narrowly approving a budget balancing package. The House agreed to $43 million in spending cuts and to borrow $150 million in future tobacco money. Voters will decide in January whether to increase income taxes by $313 million. Oregon voters already decided on 2 other budget measures yesterday. Voters across the state approved a higher cigarette tax and a money transfer to public schools. Both measures received more than 60% of the vote. And the Air Force says that crew error is partly to blame for last spring's military helicopter crash up on Mount Hood. A 6-man crew from the 939th was on a rescue mission when that Pavehawk slammed into the side of the mountain. It's time now for a traffic check. Here's Bill Diaz.
Thank you very much, Russ. I-205 northbound is pretty slow from Johnson Creek Boulevard up past Foster Road. Southbound slows from Gladstone across the Oregon City West Lynn Bridge. We also have some slow traffic on the Sunset Highway this morning. Both directions between the Sylvan Hill and Cedar Hills Boulevard allow extra time there. I-5 northbound is also heavy. Stop-and-go traffic from Capitol Highway through the Terwilliger curves. Live from the ODOT Traffic Command Center, I'm Bill Diaz. Now the forecast here is Dave Selesky.
Bill, thank you. We do have fair skies in the forecast, but we're still seeing some morning low clouds and some fog patches out there. As a matter of fact, let's go outside right now. You can see fog down low, but above that low layer of fog, we have fair skies over the metro area. 52 our current temperature. Forecast today, sunshine. After the morning fog burns off, our high today, very nice at 75 degrees. Now, Russ, back over to you.
Thanks, Dave. We're back in 25 minutes with more local news. Until then, I'm Russ Lewis. Have a good morning.
Bill Bradbury, raising taxes on working women. What's he thinking? Doesn't he understand? Bradbury pushed for a new sales tax and voted 7 times to raise my gas taxes. He voted 11 times to raise my income taxes. Who has time for that? Gordon Smith, real tax relief for middle-class families, marriage tax relief, and $1,000 per child tax credit. Gordon Smith, tax relief and time to breathe. Bill Bradbury, higher taxes.
Which SUV received the highest possible rating in the Insurance Institute's low-speed and high-speed crash tests? The new Subaru Forester. Which SUV has the most standard safety features in its class? The new Forester. Which SUV comes standard with Subaru all-wheel drive to help avoid accidents? The new Subaru Forester. Unprecedented protection. When you get it, you get it.
See your local Subaru dealer for information on financing as low as 1.9% APR.
We're back at 8 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, September the 18th, 2002. A beautiful summer day here in the Big Apple. Fall, though, it's just around the corner. We're happy the crowd out on the plaza decided to enjoy a little bit of the good weather with us. And New York loves Kentucky, too. And Strike a Pose, you're looking live about 6 blocks downtown at Bryant Park, where the fashion world is strutting its stuff. More than 100 designers will be previewing their spring 2003 collection this week. Experts say upbeat clothes with splashes of color will be all the rage. We're going to bring you all the latest from Fashion Week in the next few days. Apparently, we are dispatching Stephen Kojikaro to some of the fashion shows, and who better to give us the skinny?
That was Tommy Hilfiger, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Big time. These shows are a big boost to the kind of economy here in New York. They're awfully thrilled to have these people coming in. Where they come in twice a year?
Yes.
Twice
Fall
a year.
and spring.
Big event covered in all the local newspapers and now here on the Today Show.
Yes, we are fashion forward, aren't we?
Absolutely
We're
fashionistas.
And
No
meanwhile,
question.
inside Studio 1A, I'm Katie Couric, along with Matt Larenow-Roker. And coming up in this half hour, the mysterious college admissions process. What actually goes on inside those ivory towers when it's time to decide who's in and who's out? We'll get an inside look at the admissions process at one top school, Wesleyan, in just a few minutes.
I like this next story. Almost 3 years ago, a successful television executive turned author had a nightmarish experience. As he waited to appear on this program to talk about his new book, he was afraid that at more than 400 pounds, he would not fit into the chair and would look awful on live television. Today, he's lost in the neighborhood of 200 pounds. He's here to tell us about his ongoing battle to tighten his belt, and he credits that appearance and a couple of other things with making him decide to do something about his life.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That he feels a lot better, too. And a bit later on, I'm going to be dishing with Goldie and Susan, we're on a first-name basis, you know, about their new movie called The Banger Sisters. But first, here's Ann with the morning's top news stories. Ann?
That sounds like fun, Kate. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Good morning once again, everybody. In the news this morning, President Bush met with congressional leaders at the White House this morning, working for their support of legislation that would allow him to use, quote, all appropriate means to force Iraq to dismantle its weapons programs. Meantime, arrangements to send UN weapons inspectors back into Iraq could be in place by the end of this month. Florida's vote count is finally being certified today, more than a week after the primary. On Tuesday, Janet Reno conceded the Democratic nomination for governor to Bill McBride. Military investigators say pilot error was in part to blame for the crash of an Air Force Reserve helicopter in May. It was trying to rescue climbers stranded on Mount Hood when it crashed and rolled 200 feet down the mountain. All 4 crew members survived the accident. If the weight loss ads you've seen in magazines and on television seem too good to be believed, well, you're right. The government says more than half of these ads make claims that lack proof or are very likely false. NBC's Robert Hager reports now.
Because they're filled with all that false and misleading ads for weight loss pills and schemes are rampant, says a new study by the Federal Trade Commission, and becoming worse than ever. Before and after pictures that appear to have been altered. Claims like, I lost 44 pounds in 30 days. Hard to believe, investigators said. This one that's already been banned.
You can eat what you want and never, ever, ever, ever have to diet again.
Or this one.
People everywhere are sitting back and relaxing while they firm up, slim down, and shed inches.
Or this.
With the touch of a button, you can go from flab to rock-hard abs.
The FTC examined weight loss ads from all kinds of media, television and radio, newspapers and magazines and so on, and found that 45% contained at least one claim that was obviously false on the face of it. And 55%, so more than half, had a claim that was very likely false.
The chairman of the FTC, Timothy Muris.
The emphasis is on quick fix miracle pills without diet or exercise. And unfortunately, there is no magical pill.
In its latest case, the agency's gone after the makers of Quick Slim, saying the so-called fat blocker that it advertised is simply ground apples. No comment from the company. Meantime, the FTC says there are no magic bullets, that the only proven strategy is to eat less and exercise more. Robert Hager, NBC News, Washington.
All right, it's now 8:04. It's time for the weather and Al outside.
Today's weather is brought to you by Avis. We try harder.
And we've got nice people out here from Hershey, Pennsylvania. My gosh, we just heard this story that Hershey's not going to sell the chocolate. Are you happy about that?
Yes, very.
Good. We're like, oh, and you brought us kisses. Kisses. Wow. That's all right. Let's check your weather, show you what's going on, and you'll see that we are looking at some wet weather back through the western plains, also into the southeast, some wet weather as well. Underneath the clouds we go, show you a beautiful day here in the northeast. Lots of sunshine thanks to high pressure. Big storms midsection of the U.S., clouds Pacific Northwest, sunshine in San Francisco, and 76 degrees. That's what's, hey, give me back those kisses. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning. It is a fantastic morning along the Oregon coast. That's our view from our Northwest Sky Cam out at Seaside. At the Best Western, you can see there's Tillamook Head off in the distance. Some morning fog right along the ocean beaches, but it's very, very shallow, and it'll burn off quickly today. And even our fog locally here in the metro area will burn off as high pressure builds and holds for today and the next couple of days across the region. So today's forecast in Portland, after the morning fog, mostly sunny skies and light winds. Our daytime high, 75.
That's your latest weather. Now let's head back inside to Katie and Matt.
All right, Al, thanks very much. And a quick programming note, we're appearing tonight with Phil Donahue on MSNBC. Oh, look at us.
What a nice graphic.
It's Phil's chance to put us on the hot seat for a change. That's Donahue on MSNBC tonight at 8 Eastern Time.
And still to come this morning, a weight loss story you can trust right after these messages.
Okay, sir, here's your Avis Care Package with local information, traffic rules, and a map.
What would it be like if Avis didn't try harder?
Did Brad ask about me? Well,
Do you have a map?
I gave you a map.
No, you didn't. I never.
There's no way that I was even going to check that out.
I never got it.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I have another map?
No.
Okay.
If we didn't try harder, we wouldn't be Avis. The Avis Care Package.
Thanks.
Give us a call.
Do you know the warning signs of osteoporosis? Unfortunately, there aren't any.
If your bones are thinning, ask your doctor about Fosamax Once Weekly. Fosamax Once Weekly is for postmenopausal women at risk for or with osteoporosis. It's proven to help reverse bone loss. And you can take Fosamax Once Weekly any day of the week. So ask your doctor if Fosamax Once Weekly is right for you. You should not use Fosamax if you have certain disorders of the esophagus, are unable to stand or sit upright for 30 minutes, have severe kidney disease or low blood calcium. Use with caution if you have stomach or digestive problems. Stop taking Fosamax and tell your doctor if you develop new or worsening heartburn, difficult or painful swallowing, or chest pain, because these may be signs of serious upper digestive problems.
Why wait? Ask your doctor if Fosamax Once Weekly is right for you.
Fosamax Once Weekly, proven to help reverse bone loss.
Jenna, she's got my natural grace, but I don't want her to have scars like mine. I treat her cuts and scrapes with Neosporin.
Treating scrapes with Neosporin helps minimize the appearance of scars, as it prevents infection. Use Neosporin. Every cut, every time.
Max Factor's Facefinity, the long-lasting 8-hour foundation. Unlike ordinary foundations, Max Factor's Facefinity has permawear that keeps it in place. It doesn't shift, it doesn't budge. It lasts beautifully for up to 8 hours. Facefinity from Max Factor, the makeup of makeup artists.
Left, first block. Then you take another right. The library is basically, you'll see the library.
Are you looking for the library?
Yeah.
I'm actually headed that way. I'll take you there.
There you go.
It's beautiful. And people go fishing there. There's a conservatory garden. This is a great restaurant.
That's the way it goes.
Really? Here we are?
Well, that was quick.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
That was nice. So sweet. Enjoy the walk?
You're a classic. Talbot's.
Healthy Choice introduces everything you love about a grilled meal without the grill. New Healthy Choice mixed grills. Tender chunks of grilled chicken with seared-in flavor, tangy barbecue dipping sauce, and crisp vegetables. A delicious way to eat healthy. Real food and plenty of it.
Just the way I like it. Grilled.
6 new mixed grills from Healthy Choice.
Yeah, fine. I got this card for the air miles, but they hit us with airline restrictions and blackout dates. It feels like we're in prison. We are never gonna get out of here.
Honey, use my Miles One card from Capital One. Capital One.
With Miles One, there are no blackout dates. Fly any airline and get a 9.9 fixed rate. What's in your wallet?
3 years ago, Jay Mulvaney's career was thriving. A successful Emmy-winning television executive, he wrote a best-selling book that led to an interview right here on the Today Show. But when he appeared on this program, he realized his weight was out of control. Jay, more than 400 pounds at the time, went on a life-saving mission to lose weight. He details his battle with obesity in the October issue of Rosie magazine. Jay Mulvaney, good morning. Wow.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
Good morning.
You look at that tape. That was 1999, correct? Yep. You were 425 pounds in that neighborhood. What were you describe in the magazine what you were thinking the moments prior to to the time when you had to come down and get in that chair right there?
I was so afraid that I wasn't going to fit in the chair. I was like scared to death.
Not joking. You were seriously thinking that.
Seriously thinking. I was too embarrassed to say, can I sit on the couch? You know, I didn't know quite how to do that. And once I sort of wedged myself into the chair, I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I hope it doesn't splinter and I end up on some, Jay Leno gag reel forever. So I was just so grateful that you guys sprung for sturdy furniture.
And all the while I'm making small talk with you about the book and what we were going to be talking about, you were really in a state of despair.
Sheer panic. Yeah, panic and despair. It was pretty amazing. Life is not easy being a fat person in a world that values thin.
So you watched the tape, I would imagine. You got home. Why did that prove to be the moment? There must have been other moments prior to that. Why was that the moment that changed things?
It was the 10 extra pounds You know, 427 I could live with, 437, no.
That the camera puts on you,
You know,
mean?
if you, yeah, that the camera puts on you. If you go to my house, there's not a mirror that's bigger than 8 by 10 inches. And you become really proficient at not seeing yourself. So here I was in front of, I don't know, 15, 20 million people on watching the Today Show, as big literally as a house. And it really scared me, and it was very stressful.
You write in the article that life as a fat person was an endless obstacle course, that you were consumed by food. How long had this been going on?
Oh, sort of all my life. You know, I tried every single diet. It was interesting watching that piece. I have all of those products, and they all sort of work for about 5 minutes, and then they don't. You end up gaining weight and gaining weight and gaining weight, and I had just given up. My life had literally become out of control.
You talk about going to an Austin Powers movie.
Oh.
And being devastated
well,
by
there
what
was
you saw.
Austin Powers Part 2 was, they had the character Fat Bastard. And at the end of the movie, Heather Graham goes up to him and says, well, why are you like this? And he says, I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy because I eat. It's a vicious cycle. And that just put a knife through my heart. You know, here I was laughing at this movie. It was funny. The house was full. I sat in the movie theater until everybody left, even the janitors, you know, sweeping the floor because I was too embarrassed by it.
This is 3 years ago. You've lost 170 pounds, is that about right?
Just about right.
How?
You know, I did 2 things. First of all, I decided I wasn't going to go on a diet because diets don't work. I needed to change my lifestyle. And then 2, I asked for help, which is a hard thing for a guy to do. And that's, you know, part of the reason it was so great about Rosie and the people at the magazine, because you don't hear this story from a guy's point of view, because eating is an emotional issue and guys aren't really comfortable talking about it. I asked everybody I knew for help.
What kind of help?
Well, I got a great doctor. His name's Charles Passler. He put me on this program that wasn't really a diet, but was really restructuring the way that I eat. I asked friends to help me. My friend Julie would pick me up every morning, and we'd walk through Riverside Park, so I'd get some exercise, and I had to walk and stop every 20 feet at first.
So this started to come off gradually, and because of the positive reinforcement, you decided you could stick with this?
I just kept, I dedicated my life to it. I left corporate America. I said, this is my job now, Project J. I've got to get my health in order, otherwise I'm going to die.
What's the best thing about having lost so much weight?
The best thing about having lost so much weight is that, you know, sort of spiritually and emotionally, I'm a completely different person. I'm much calmer. The weight loss, the fact that my waist is 40 inches as opposed to 60 inches, that's just literally a side benefit.
But a side benefit that has long-term health
incredibly.
impact.
My blood pressure, I think, was at one point 200 over 140, and now last week it was 125 over 80.
How much of a daily struggle is it still for you? Have you learned to manage your craving for food? Do you still want to binge?
You do all the time, you know, all the time. I was just in Seattle, and I went into the hotel room, and there was a mini bar, and it freaked me out completely. And instead of attacking it, I sort of walked out. I went out and walked for 2 hours, literally walked off the binge. But it's there every moment.
Let me roll that tape again, Joe, if we still have it, of the interview 3 years ago. And Jay, when you look at this tape, what goes through your mind?
In the foreword of the book,
you know, I'm both am proud and stupefied that I ever got to that point.
And what's your message? What do you want people to take away from not only what you're saying here today, but what you've written in Rosie?
I thought I was going to be one of those 800-pound people that needed a forklift to go to the bathroom, and I was more than halfway there. And if I can do this, anybody can do it. It's not easy, but it's really, really rewarding.
Well, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
And I had no idea what was going through your head 3 years ago as you sat in that seat, but we're awfully glad that you're feeling so much better.
Thank you very much.
It's nice of you to come back and share your story. Next up, the inside scoop on how elite colleges decide who gets in and who doesn't, right after this.
Oh, yes, you're excited. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking Beneful. You've never seen anything like it before. It has wholesome grains, real beef, even carrots and peas. So there's carbohydrates for energy and protein for those serious muscles. And you even get some vegetables. So happy. Love it so much you only think you're getting spoiled. Yes, you do. But it's good for you, too.
Healthful, flavorful, Beneful. Beneful brand by Purina.
There's nothing like a great night's sleep. I can get an early start in the morning and go out and do something just for me.
Tylenol PM stops your nighttime pain and helps you sleep so you can wake up refreshed.
It's a really good feeling.
Pediatricians know kids need more calcium to help build a lifetime of strong bones. Introducing new Flintstones Bone Building Calcium Chews. All the calcium of 2 glasses of milk with a great chocolate taste they're sure to love.
10 million strong and growing.
We're home.
Hey, what should we do for dinner?
I'll whip up one of my favorite recipes.
Recipes? You don't have any recipes.
I have a whole box of them.
New family-style recipes from Stouffer's. Recipes your family loves. Served family style.
How about chicken cordon bleu pasta with white meat chicken, tender ham, and peas in a Parmesan Swiss cheese sauce?
Somebody's been watching too many cooking shows.
New family-style recipes from Stouffer's. Recipes for a relaxing dinner.
You may have a future here.
Nothing comes closer to home.
The first thing anyone will tell you when you're trying to design your own place is that you can start with just one thing.
You know, a sofa or a new coffee table.
You come in, and we have someone there to help you.
We'll take your budget and try and fit into that budget what you'd really like to do.
The design consultants at Ethan Allen.
We'll help turn the home of your dreams into a reality.
We do a lot more than people usually think.
The complimentary design service.
It's fun.
It's free.
It's easy.
It's fantastic news for denture wearers.
Super Polygrip's new ooze control tip spreads a thin, flat ribbon for less ooze.
Less ooze is excellent news.
Super Polygrip with the new ooze control tip. Less ooze. It's big news.
Hi, how can I help?
Yes, I'd like a set of Michelin cross-terrain SUV tires with white lettering, please.
Now at Sears Auto Center, all Michelin tires are on sale. America's #1 tire store. Sears. Where else?
New sneakers to help her play basketball and win a college scholarship, $26. Books to help her learn her ABCs and become a best-selling author, $30. Globe so she can learn her continents, which will come in handy when she's president, $18. Remembering to take it one day at a time, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accept it for everything you want for your kids.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cause you heard the design and I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying, come back and see me. Yesterday, you've forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry. Like vanilla, it's the finest of the flavors. And to see the show, cause then you know the vertigo is at my door. And it's a banger, it's your life to sign a waiver. I have a tendency to wear my mind up my sleeve. I had this reason. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Dropped your ass to the sides and said I'm sorry.
It's end of the day, and your dry clean only clothes show it. So just how easy is it to get them clean and fresh? Frankly, pretty darn easy. Dry out, zip it, steam it, hang it. Love it.
You have to outwit and outsmart your competition to make sure that in the end you're not voted out of the running. Does it sound like Survivor? Well, it's not. It's the college admissions decision-making process. A new book called The Gatekeepers puts you right in the middle of how admissions committees work at an elite college, a mystery until now. Wesleyan University allowed New York Times education reporter Jacques Steinberg an inside look. Ralph Figueroa was the admissions officer he shadowed. Gentlemen, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. First, Ralph, tell us a little bit about Wesleyan. I know you're not working there anymore, but tell me about why that's such a hot college right now.
Well, Wesleyan is a highly selective liberal arts institution, about 2,700 students. It really finds a lot of credibility with students and is really attractive to a lot of students because of its flexibility. No required courses, no core curriculum, and yet outstanding programs in the humanities, in the sciences, and a lot of hands-on research as well.
Where's it located again?
In Middletown, Connecticut.
And it's a relatively small liberal arts school, right?
About 2,700 undergraduates.
And I think it was recently rated 11 on the U.S. News and World Report college rankings. So that's just a little fun fact to know and tell, and we'll get into the importance of that in a minute. Jacques, this started off as a series, I know, for the New York Times. You expanded it into a book. How did you convince, I mean, this is a very secretive process. Ralph, I'm sure you guys sort of closely guard the decision-making process. How did you convince Wesleyan to let you in?
I think that, Wesleyan is a university that's always sort of been known for its openness, and this is very competitive. You mentioned U.S. News and World Report, and these colleges are always looking for ways to distinguish themselves, and I think people at Wesleyan thought, on the one hand, that this was a chance to sort of, take a chance and perhaps get noticed.
Well, let me ask you about that. I mean, what was in it for you all?
Well, it was a chance to maybe get our message out to a wider audience, and it did take us being convinced that Jacques was going to do a good job, and we were convinced of his integrity and his willingness to really present the process as it was, and we thought that our process in the end is a very fair one and a very human one.
I was going to say a wider audience. Don't you get 7,000 applications every year for 700 spots? I mean, how much more pain do you want to inflict, Ralph?
In this competitive process, though, it's always more is better, and we're always looking for more.
What did you learn? What was the most stunning thing or most interesting thing that you learned, Jacques, in terms of the admissions process? Because this book is really, it's a real page turner, because you take various students and you really chart their course and look at how Wesleyan looked at them. So what most surprised you?
I think the thing that was most surprising is how messy this process is and how personal it is to the particular admissions officers like Ralph. And there are all these books out there that purport to sort of tell you the truth about how to get into a school like Wesleyan or Harvard or Stanford. And I would have to say that I couldn't in good conscience tell you how to do that, because it's so idiosyncratic. There really is no way to out-strategize this process. And on the one hand, that's sort of daunting. Hey, there's no way to out-strategize this. On the other hand, what a relief. You don't have to look for the secret formula.
And it really is very subjective, isn't it, Ralph? I mean, for example, an applicant that is profiled in the book applies and didn't make it clear that she was a strong opponent of the death penalty, that she had communicated with somebody on death row for 2 years through letters. Well, that got a second look because you're a strong opponent of the death penalty too, right?
Absolutely, and that would have struck a chord with me, and she missed that opportunity.
But isn't that interesting? Because let's say you didn't feel that way, or let's say somebody at a different college had a totally different point of view.
Absolutely.
I mean, should you let your personal feelings really have an impact on how you receive these applications?
Well, at first we hesitate to do that. I think young admission officers do feel hesitant about that. But we realize that we make decisions as a staff. And at Wesleyan, for example, there were 9 of us reading applications and putting our input, putting our personal feelings and our personal takes into the process. And that balance makes it work.
Well, what kind of things really matter? I mean, yes, test scores, because if you're below a certain point, you get sort of rejected out of hand, and below a certain great GPA. I mean, how important are those two things?
Those are important. They're pieces of the puzzle. But there is no real threshold. No one gets cut off automatically at a school like Wesleyan that is taking the time to really look at every applicant. But those are just 2 of the pieces. There are many other pieces. The rigor of the student's curriculum, the kind of classes they're taking, is actually the most important part of the puzzle.
What about extracurricular activities, Jacques, and also the all-important essay?
Yeah, I think in terms of extracurricular activities, one of the things that surprised me is they're really not looking for a list of extracurricular activities sort of as long as your arm. They'd really like to see leadership and commitment to a couple of activities over a sustained period of time.
Meanwhile, diversity is so critical, and I thought it was so interesting that parental background matters so much. You hold kids to a higher standard if they come from extremely well-educated parents, is that right?
Absolutely. The parent's education is part of the context that you put the student in. And if the parents of an applicant are well-educated, you expect the student to do better on standardized test scores, you expect them to have better preparation towards the college process.
Well, I'm happy I didn't go to law school. Jacques, what's a one word of advice or a bit of advice you would give to students as they go through this very, very difficult time?
As hokey as it sounds, really the best advice is to be yourself. And to sort of try to give these people a chance to get to know you, and they will take the time to get to know you.
All right, Ralph Figueroa, Jacques Steinberg, thank you guys so much for coming in. It really is an interesting book, and we'll be back after this.
Why should you come to Dick's Stadium Super Sale?
How about hundreds of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs?
Or get $10,000 off MSRP on select models of new Dodge and Fords.
And used cars starting at $99.
Lenders on-site offering 0% financing and instant credit approval.
We had to rent the entire stadium.
Hey, it's this weekend.
That's Dick's Stadium Super Sale.
Off Highway 26 and Cornelius Pass Road in Hillsboro.
Cabs are here.
It looks smaller, doesn't it? Yeah.
Health information you can trust on the web at providence.org.
This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning, everyone. It's 8:26. Currently 53 degrees here in the Rose City.
I'm Brenda Braxton along with Debbie Duran. Here's what's making news. In just a few minutes, we expect a judge to sentence a Portland man arrested by the Joint Terrorism Task Force. A jury convicted Ali Statia in June on federal weapons and fraud charges. We'll have more on this story coming up on News Channel 8 at noon. Police arrested 29-year-old Michael Pratt and charged him with arson after this Tualatin house burned Monday night. The house belongs to Pratt's father. Police believe Pratt may have been trying to hurt himself. And a driver slammed into a Portland streetcar last night after running a stoplight. The impact pushed that train right off the tracks, but no one was injured. The city will use a replacement train while the damaged one is fixed. Well, here's Bill Diaz now with a look at our Wednesday morning drive. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Brenda. Afraid we have an accident to show you. It's I-5 northbound right near Haynes and Tiger. The left lane blocked, backs it up to Highway 217. More slowing from Capitol to Terwilliger. Southbound I-5 slow through Delta Park. Sunset Highway traffic still slow in both directions, moving past Highway 217. Inbound I-84 pretty heavy from 82nd down to I-5. Live from the ODOT Traffic Command Center, I'm Bill Diaz. Now with the forecast, here is Dave Selesky.
Bill, thank you. We have fantastic weather in the forecast today and for the next few days. Look at the jet stream map. Higher pressure is now built in back and behind that trough that swung through here yesterday, giving us the clouds and a little bit of light rain across the region. At high pressure ridge, it's going to hold, folks, not just for a day or two, but it looks like for at least the next 4, maybe even 5 days. Now, currently outside here in Portland, few lingering fog patches, but 54 degrees our temperature. The wind is out of the north, about 3 miles an hour. Here's the forecast. Morning fog will burn off. We'll have plenty of sunshine. The winds will be light and variable. Now, for tonight, high pressure holds for clear skies with some fog forming up late tonight and for tomorrow on Thursday morning. Our high today, 75. But look at this. The rest of the week, sunny and blue and in the 70s. Brenda and Debbie, back to you.
Thank you, Dave. We'll be back in just about 25 minutes with more local news. In the meantime, have a great morning.
It's the big mattress sale at Sleep Country. Save on Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific. Save on Beauty Rest, Posturepedic, and Back Supporter. Get free pillows and 6 months same as cash financing. It's the big mattress sale at Sleep Country.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Honey,
Yeah,
do these pants make my hips look big?
it's not the pants.
What?
Poor sleep quality reduces your decision-making skills. Fortunately, you can sleep free for 6 months with Mattress Gallery's free sleep event. With 6 months free financing, plus choose a free gift of bed frame, sheets, mattress pad, and more with selected Sealy and Simmons mattresses over $399.
The Mattress Gallery.
We take your sleep seriously.
When you really think about it, we spend more time in our cars than we would imagine. For us at Town & Country, there is a story for every vehicle that you see coming and going. What's most important to us is your story. Thanks to you, Town & Country has grown into one of the fastest growing dealer groups in the greater Portland area. There's no hype. We're here to provide you with the best experience and value when buying a car, truck, or SUV. Wherever you're going, let us get you there. Town & Country. Drive home happy.
Tonight, Jay's All New with Lucy Liu, Wayne Brady, and a jaywalking history pop quiz. Then on Conan, Harrison Ford. And Conan's hosting the Emmys Sunday on NBC.
And we're back at 8:30 on this Wednesday morning. It is the 18th day of September 2002. It's a nice day here in the Northeast. We've got lots of sunshine, lots of nice people gathered outside our studio window. And they're listening to the music Hair. We'll explain that in just a second. Meanwhile, I'm Matt Lauer along with Katie Kirk, and I want to show you, don't hand out the award for the worst sign ever yet, because we have a new entry. This must have taken you, what, 15 seconds?
Maybe 14.
Yeah? That's your coffee cup from this morning?
Yes, it is.
So it serves two purposes. Well, happy anniversary. What are your names?
I'm Joanne.
And Scott. Last name? Tyson. Well, happy anniversary. Nice to see you. Where are you from?
Greeley, Colorado.
That's great. Well, that will go down in the annals. There's no question about it.
You guys have to autograph it.
We will do that. Anyway, coming up in this half hour, we're talking about hair, especially for ladies. If you spent the summer with your hair in chlorine water in the pool or out in the sun, I'm talking like I know about this. You may have hair that's in bad shape. Louis Vicari is going to be here in a few minutes, tell you how to whip it right back into shape.
I am biting
Loser.
my tongue.
Loser.
Anyway,
Okay.
also coming up in this half hour, two fabulous women in their 50s, Goldie Hawn and Susan Sarandon, have a new movie out. It's called The Banger Sisters. Apparently the title means just what you think it does. Anyway, I recently spent some time with Goldie and Susan chatting about the movie and about all sorts of other things, and we'll have that for you in this half hour.
All right, we look forward to that. Before we get to it, though, Mr. Roker's down the other end of the plaza. He has a check of the weather.
Yes, we do, and we got some nice ladies here. Fashion Target's Breast Cancer Week. Saks Fifth Avenue. And you brought a guy with you, too.
We brought everybody.
We like that.
Wednesday through Saturday at any Saks Fifth Avenue store, and we'll donate some proceeds to charity.
Great. Well, thank you for coming down. We appreciate that. Let's check the weather, see what's happening as they applaud. It's a torrid Texas, Waco 96, Corpus Christi 93. Plus, you add the humidity. It is a mess out down there. Now, as we take a look at your afternoon highs for the day, nice and comfortable. Pacific Northwest, some clouds there today. 60s northern New England. Also 50s and 60s through the northern Rockies, but 80s and 90s Gulf Coast into the mid-Atlantic states, so a little toasty there. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning. It is a Wednesday morning, and our picture this morning comes to you from our northwest sky. Came up on top of Mount Hood at Timberline Lodge. Nice shot up there. High pressure is in place, giving us fair skies this morning in the Cascades. Down here locally, Portland and Vancouver, we do have some morning low clouds and some fog patches to contend with for the next couple of hours, but they'll be brief and they will burn off as high pressure holds across the region. Today's forecast, mostly sunny, some morning fog. Our daytime high, 75.
Latest weather, now back to Katie and Matt.
All right, Al, thank you very much.
Do you know what today is, Matt?
Today's Wednesday, the 18th of September.
And do you know what the 18th of September is?
That would be the birthday of one Richie McKenna.
That's right, our audio guy extraordinaire. Hi, Richie. It's your 50th birthday, so...
Come on over
I
here.
baked you a cake. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
50 years old, Richie?
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I made it.
You really did. And it was nice that you put the cigarette out just before you came over here. We appreciate that.
Meanwhile, yeah. Oh, by the way, we should mention how many kids your mom has.
17.
Can you believe that?
One of 17 children.
We should have baked her a cake, too. You know what I'm saying? And what child are you in the order?
Number 9.
Number 9. Well, happy birthday, Richie. We were going to put a candle on the cake, but, you know, budget cuts and stuff. Anyway, happy birthday.
You should smell that cake, too. It's fantastic. We'll be back in a moment, but first, this is Today on NBC. Happy birthday, Richie.
It's the big mattress sale at Sleep Country. Save on Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific. Save on Beauty Rest, Posturepedic, and Back Supporter. Get free pillows and 6 months same as cash financing. It's the big mattress sale at Sleep Country.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Oh, I gotta get one of those.
I gotta get one of those!
The 2002 Lincoln LS V8. For a limited time, get 0% APR for 60 months or $3,000 cash back. There are those who travel and those who travel well.
Experience a world of smoothness in a little chocolate mint. Rich chocolate filaments, the smooth mint.
All Toyotas are created equal. At McCord's Vancouver Toyota, we make the difference.
There's a lot of choices out there. It comes down to the buying and ownership experience.
What about the price?
That's why we have a low price guarantee.
Don't miss Operation Camry going on now. Get 0% financing on all new 2002 Camrys and super low rates on many other models.
For 20 years, the home of happy customers.
Only at McCord's Vancouver Toyota, exit 30 off I-205.
Why pay more?
Academy Award winners Goldie Hawn and Susan Sarandon are teaming up for the first time on the big screen. Their movie, The Banger Sisters, tells the story of two women who were friends long ago but have grown apart and are now living very different lives. They reunite after many years and find it's a combustible situation. I had a chance to have a little fun with the girls at a salon here in New York while taking care of business at the same time.
When I have a brand vacation hairdo, I enjoy
Whatever makes you feel good.
Okay, thank you. We'll be editing that out. Anywho,
I found out yesterday I'm going to be 56.
And Goldie?
I actually forgot, but I'm 56 too.
How do you feel about helping out Mother Nature with plastic surgery?
I understand people that want to do a nip and a tuck, and you know,
to each his own.
I think when you start to mess around with stuff that really makes you look like a different person, it can get kind of scary.
I wrote a poem once, and I was 25. Can you believe this? Actually, I was younger than that. I was a dancer in Anaheim. My God. I wrote, "The lines upon my face are happening with grace. It's just the sags I find disturb my peace of mind."
You're a really smart cookie.
The surprise will always be that Goldie is not dumb. And it's been 30 years of Goldie not being dumb.
And I really am dumb.
I'm like, well, geez,
That's what you find out at the end of the day with me. I really am dumb.
More importantly, what color are you choosing today?
I'm choosing something that's very see-through. I don't like color on my fingers.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Now that's a news headline.
Don't like coloring, but I like blue toenails.
Oh, no color. Oh, I go crazy. I gotta have color around me. I go nuts. I hate drab.
The Banger Sisters. What up with the title, girls?
I have no idea how to tell you this, but I think we all know what it means.
Tell me about your character, Suzette.
She's actually kind of a sad character, but she's a lot of fun. She's very racy. She says exactly what she feels. She knows no censorship. And she's lost everything and has only one thing that she remembers that brought her great solace, great joy, which was her girlfriend. And she hasn't seen her in 20 years.
You know, you're making me really nervous, man. I mean, I'm freaking out here, man. I mean, aren't you, glad to see me?
The dilemma of my character is that she's now raising two daughters, and she's like a complete hypocrite because she's doing what every parent does, you know, or can make the mistake every parent can make, which is to think that now that you're a parent, you have to stop having fun and you have to just say no a lot and give a structure and do all of those things, and in the process somehow you completely forget to have fun and forget
bury your past.
bury your past and your spirit and your joy and everything else. She's kind of gone down a little bit too much down that route, where this free spirit has stayed in the past.
So Suzette really helps Lavinia live in the moment, and you help Suzette
Live in the moment
and
also.
not in the past, and
That's
you
right.
not in the future.
Exactly.
That's right.
In fact,
and
you
we're
should write for
talking very
Hallmark.
seriously
That's exactly.
Well,
about all
Hallmark,
this.
can you help me a little bit more than Hallmark?
That's what it is.
Oh, my God. Your hair.
That took some guts.
Okay, ready?
Let's go! The reality of all this is that you can't forsake your past. It's impossible. We make a ton of mistakes, and at the same time, you have to look back and forgive yourself and not eliminate everybody, because there was a lot of fun that you had.
But frankly, I mean, you didn't want your kids to emulate you and some of the things you did in your youth, so you're kind of keeping it a dirty little secret, aren't
Well,
you?
that's the line.
And
that
I mean,
you
there are a lot of
walk,
parents
you know.
like that today.
Oh, tons.
Who say, do as I say, not as I did.
Right.
Right?
And by the way, you're never going to know what I did. You know, that part. And, you know, I'm an open book with my kids. And I think it's a great thing to admit your mistakes and to share with them what you did right.
And then
and what
also
you did
they'll
wrong.
come to you more readily if they know you've made mistakes.
You both are Academy Award winners, and I would think that, you know, how do you pick your roles?
The story has to be compelling in some way. The character has to be somebody I haven't played before. You know, if you're lucky enough to get a great director and other great cast members, that's fabulous, and then maybe they pay you.
Goldie, some of these outfits you sport in this film. Hello.
Yeah. But no, they were fun costumes, weren't they? And they were, you know, false. They were
Right,
false.
right.
But they were heavy, and they were cumbersome, and my spatial relations were completely off.
Did you
Because I
keep
bump
running
into
into
things. Yeah, I did. You know, it was an excuse me every day. I didn't know they were out there. But that was it, and I had so much fun. You know, I really did. It was great wearing all that stuff.
Let me ask you a tired old question that I'm sure you address during every interview, and that is the dearth of roles for women who are more mature.
Oh, there's the question again.
There are not a lot of good scripts out there, period. Now, it's true that there are fewer roles for women, and certainly fewer as you get older. More women are developing things, but the bulk of the stuff that's out there is just not good storytelling. I mean, my kid said to me, why are you playing mom so much? But there's so many different kinds of moms, that there's so many questions, and I don't think you should disqualify a part just because they're a mother.
I want to talk about your kids. Eva, Susan, your daughter, who is 17, plays Ginger in this movie and does a terrific job.
It was such an extreme character and not like her and hysterical, and you know, and I was very happy that she approached it egoless. And then she flunked her driver's test and she called me and she did exactly like it is in the movie.
Mom, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Who's that?
Suzette, my friend.
Your friend?
All right, just get in the car. I'll be there in a minute.
Is it funny to you, Goldie, that Kate played a groupie in Almost Famous?
So weird.
And now you're like a grown-up groupie. And P.S., her movie, Four Feathers, and this movie, The Banger Sisters, opening the same day.
I know. It's so cool.
Are you going to be looking at the papers in the morning saying...
Well, neither one of us are much like that, you know, but we're just having so much fun, you know. It's like a blast. I said, honey, we've got to just love this moment, because chances are it won't happen again, that we have a movie opening on the same day. And it's like, we're just having a complete blast. It's great.
You know, when you get an opportunity to have something in common with your kids other than being their parent, it's really a gift.
So things are good for both of you, for yourself.
Things are good, and things are good between
family.
us, too.
Yeah, you know, it's funny when you do a movie with a male co-star, everyone says you're sleeping together. And when you do one with a female co-star, they say you hate each other. That's the way it goes down.
Oh,
you have
that's so true.
Right?
Oh, my
they have to say,
God.
oh, they didn't get along, or if it's a guy, then you're...
That was, I never thought of the guy
Yeah,
thing, you're
true.
sleeping with him, the girl thing.
You hate
each other. Oh, it's so sick.
Well, clearly, you all detest each other, I can tell.
Yeah, we really are just repellent. We love each other. We love this movie. And we love you.
I love you.
Let's have a good hug! Let's have a good hug!
Oh boy, The Banger Sisters opens in movie theaters nationwide this Friday. Up next, hair colorist to the stars Louis Licari with advice on how to get your hair back in shape for fall. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Oh, I'm looking at you, baby, the way you're put together. You know I want you, need you. You're the first thing on my mind.
I'll be so right for you.
Subway is serving a selection of delicious breakfast sandwiches made fresh the way you like them, with the taste you've come to love.
Every morning, millions of us just have coffee because we don't have time for a decent breakfast. Well, now Yoplay's got something new that'll change that. It's called Nourish, a delicious non-fat yogurt smoothie that's got the protein, vitamins, and minerals you want. With Nourish for breakfast, we'll all be off to a good start.
After you.
No time for a meal? Nourish yourself.
Guess what? You're not going to believe what I'm going to do. I'm going rock climbing.
We can turn you on to loads of TV channels.
I was watching this program on TV.
We can turn you on to lightning-fast internet connections.
Oh, they have this website.
We can turn you on to local and long-distance phone service with all the features you're looking for. But we know there are times when you want to escape the everyday.
Come on. I'm out climbing. Leave a message.
And we can help you with that, too. AT&T Broadband, cable television, high-speed cable internet, digital phone service. The power of 3.
Now you see them, soon you won't. During Volvo's 75th anniversary model year sell down.
get a special lease on the Volvo S60 or factory to retailer clearance incentives on other 2002s. The 2002 Volvos, now disappearing at a retailer near you.
Today's Style is brought to you by Sears. Only Sears has the brands you want at the prices you need. Sears, where else?
This morning on Today's Style, getting your hair in shape for fall. Women, is your hair fried? Is it a color not found in nature? Well, we've got help for you this morning because Louis Licari of Louis Licari Salons in New York and Beverly Hills joined us with some advice this morning. Louis, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Anne.
If you feel bad about the quality of your hair after the summer sun, don't feel bad because it's normal, right? What does the sun do to our hair?
It's so normal, and when everyone comes to see me today, I have to deal with the summer hair problem. Initially, when summer begins, it makes your hair a little lighter and a little brighter, and we love it. But then it crosses that point, and all of a sudden goes from a little lighter and brighter to brassier, oranger, drier, and it desperately needs condition.
Okay, you've got some advice on how to condition our hair in just a moment, but first let's talk about the fall trends. What are the trends for this coming season?
Well, you know, the number one trend is to condition your hair, because this season we're seeing a lot of shag-influenced haircuts. What that means is we're not going to be using many styling products or brushes. It's more free-flowing, so hair has to be healthy because it has to look good and shiny on its own.
I've heard eating salmon is really good for your hair.
Yeah, it is, I understand.
That and also conditioning your hair.
Conditioning.
And just taking good care of it.
From
and not
the inside and outside.
Okay.
Big curls, big waves, you know, body waves might be back. Deeper colors, richer colors, you know, browns are back. Do you notice all the Victoria's Secret angels are dark haired this year?
I actually didn't notice that. Okay,
Oh,
good
look.
thing you pointed that out. Okay, for
Yeah.
all of us to note. Okay, we've got some before and afters
Right.
to illustrate your point. And our first before model is Kathy.
Right.
And tell us about her before look.
All right, now here's Kathy before, and you see that she had long hair and it was highlighted. The first thing I want to do here is I want to show you, look how dark Kathy's natural color was. So what we're doing is, the sun made it a pretty color, but was it a pretty color for Kathy? So what I'm literally doing is picking up strands of color and painting out strokes of color. I'm using a color that's a browner color, and here's the result.
Ta-da! Drum roll. Beautiful, Kathy.
Doesn't she look great? Now, what this is hair color that's browner, that goes better with her skin color. We left out a few of the highlights, but hair color should look good with the skin color. That's its number one job.
How do you know which one to
Because if your
choose?
hair color is too close to your skin color, it will fade. It'll do the same thing as gray hair. And then Gerard Terrell from the New York salon gave her this face framing haircut, which is very in, these layers. It's a shag, sort of, and bangs, which are very big. They change your look in a second. But in this case, the bangs are pushed to the side. She can wear it backwards the way we have it, or she can flip it frontwards.
Looks good. What do you think, Kathy?
I love it.
You do? It looks,
It's
it
very
brightens
great.
you up.
Yes, it is.
You really love it?
I love it.
I'm going to keep touching it while I tell you about our second model, who's Tiffany. Let's take a look at her before look. Tell us about
Right,
her.
now here's Tiffany. Tiffany had her hair color, and she was in the sun a lot. And
It's really
she made
bright,
her hair a little
Tiffany.
blonde, and her hair went from blonde to orange. The first thing I did here is I wanted to save some of the light highlights. So I took the conditioner. This is foils and conditioner, and I wrapped some of her hair just in conditioner.
Ah, that's interesting. That's a pretty rare thing. You put the conditioner with the foil.
Right,
Usually
because
it's
I
hair
just
color.
wanted to isolate the hair so it wouldn't have color. Then on the rest of the remaining hair, I put the hair color. And this,
Dun-da-da-da. Actually, that's for parquet margarine or something, or not butter, whatever, but it looks beautiful.
and look
Tiffany.
at how great she
It
looks.
looks healthy is what it looks.
Right. First of all, the
Compared to what it
orange
looked like
color,
before.
she had a little yellow in her skin tone, and the orange hair color really fought her yellow skin tone. Now she has brown hair, but if you look close, there's lighter tones going through it. Lighter pieces, lighter pieces, lighter pieces. So the hair color is still alive, but it goes with her skin color. And she's ready for fall, ready for work. You work at Barney's, right?
Yes, and that's a good place to look good. I mean, you got to look at it, Barney. So what do you think? I mean, it's a big dramatic change for
It
you.
is. I love it though.
Do you?
I love the color.
You like it darker?
Yeah.
Right, and then if you can see also what we did is, you know, hair color being a complete story. We have this, the purple shades around her eyes and this lipstick that's bright. These are all the Wonderland colors by Enid O. And the haircut, again, Gerard did the same thing. This is longer. She enjoyed having her hair look long after the blow dry, so he just slightly framed it around her face, even down here, which is always very flattering because gives your face that peekaboo
Well, what
look.
I can't get over is how healthy your hair both looks. So let's take a look at these products you've got over here. For example, you say avocado is a great way to condition your hair. How do you use it?
Well, here's what I think. I love real conditioners because real conditioners rinse out of your hair easier. But if you want to add natural products, avocado is a great one. Take the avocado, scoop it out, put it in your conditioner.
It's like mush it up.
Right.
and
Terex
just
is one of my favorites.
Mix them together.
You mix it together and you
it in
just
your hair.
put it on. And if you have a plastic bag, like a freezer bag,
How
put it on.
attractive.
I know, it's an at-home alone nice thing to do.
For sure.
But
how long do you leave it on?
Not long, 10, 15 minutes. You don't have to sleep in your conditioner
Takes a long time to
overnight.
take it off?
The thing to remember about conditioners is that you have to keep doing them.
Okay.
It doesn't last forever.
All right. Also, you said if you want to color your hair at home, what a lot of women like to do, you say use petroleum jelly on your skin to
As a
keep the
barrier
color.
cream. No, what this is that you would literally take it, well, they have it taped here.
Oh, okay.
But I would take it and take the jelly and go around your edges.
on
and this
your
way,
face,
when
like all
I
around
paint
here.
on the hair color, it doesn't stain your skin.
Okay, but if you forget to use it, then you can use toothpaste?
Toothpaste is this mild abrasive which will take the color off your skin. Don't rub too hard. Remember, this is important. The Vaseline is important if you're using a light brown color or darker, especially in women that are 35 or older because your skin is more porous.
Louis Licari, we're out of time. Thank you so much. Helpful hints this morning.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, both of you. You look fabulous in my view. Thank you so much for being here, both of you. All right, and we're back in a moment. But first, this is Today on NBC. What is it about like she doesn't look like she's a lot of the maintenance on her hair.
If ever there was a time to buy the West's most popular pickup and SUV tire, this is it. By special arrangement, Les Schwab has purchased 450,000 Wild Countries. Savings to you, some of the best in Les Schwab's 50-year history. All seasons to traction, APT, the new SUV and XTX, Wild Country RBT, and TXR. Available in taller sizes too. Wild Country at Les Schwab. A special purchase makes this the time and the tires to buy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
For long, healthy lives, these party animals eat Science Diet. Its superior antioxidant formula has the highest levels of vitamin E plus C, selenium, and beta-carotene. It's developed to help keep them younger, longer. How do I know? I'm not just their friend. I'm also their vet. Good boy. Science Diet, superior nutrition for the lifelong health of your pet.
Lavinia spent her whole life
Hey, Vin. Suzette? It's me. Who's that? My friend. Your friend?
trying to escape her past
Does our mom have a secret life? You have no idea.
until it came back
You are so uptight.
to free her.
It's creepy.
Their lives make them different.
So now what do we do?
Their friendship makes them sisters.
We're burning down the house.
The Banger Sisters. Rated R. Starts Friday only in theaters.
Now, just in case you don't get enough of us in the morning, you can look for Matt and Me in prime time tonight. Phil Donahue has asked us to come over to his place, so we'll be at MSNBC, and it will air at 8 Eastern time.
And still to come this morning, Beam Me Up Scotty, William Shatner on some amazing high-tech gadgets inspired by Star Trek. But first, your local news.
Tonight, after a lifetime of toiling, these workers were told their retirement funds were gone.
I gave him 36 years of my life.
Who's to blame? NBC Nightly News tonight.
There have been celebrity fear factors before, but none like this year's season premiere. Celebrity Fear Factor, NBC Monday, 8, 7 Central.
You are so hot.
Oh, yeah?
Who's your daddy?
You are.
Come on, who's your daddy?
Oh, I don't know.
I said, who's your daddy?
I am. I'm her daddy.
In-Laws premieres NBC this Tuesday at 8, 7 Central.
So who's your mom?
Ron and Tamara Wegleitner. Their farm has been insured with American Family for 2 generations.
We work hard out there. Trust is a big thing to us. If we ever needed them, American Family would be there. The farm's our life. It's everything we have.
All your protection under one roof.
American Family Insurance.
Look in the white or yellow pages for American Family and call today.
Town and Country. Drive home happy.
This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning, everyone. It's 8:56. Our current temperature this morning, 53 degrees. I'm Brenda Braxton along with Debbie Duran. Here's what's happening. Accused killer Richard Hampton has pleaded guilty to murdering his wife and a former college instructor. The Columbian newspaper reports it was part of an agreement to avoid the death penalty. Donna Hampton, an Amboy middle school teacher, was killed this May. Her husband said it was an accident at the time. A camper discovered Vern Qualman's body in the forest 6 years ago. Hampton will be sentenced next week. Lawmakers ended their 5th special session in Salem early this morning after narrowly approving a budget balancing package. The House also agreed to $43 million in spending cuts and to borrowing $150 million in future tobacco money. Voters will now decide in January whether to increase income taxes by $313 million. And Oregon voters approved a higher cigarette tax and a rainy day fund for schools in yesterday's special election. Both measures received more than 60% of the vote. Well, there are no rainy days in our weather forecast. Dave Zaleski is here now to fill us in. Good morning.
Brenda, thank you very much. Debbie, good morning. We have 0 rainy days in the forecast for today and for the next few days. And here's the reason why. Look at the satellite loop. Yes, there are some morning clouds out there, but those are going to burn up, and there is not enough moisture in any of those clouds to cause any precipitation across the metropolitan area, or for that matter, just about anywhere in the state, for at least the next few days. So our forecast today, very nice. Mostly sunny skies. There will be some areas of morning fog. The winds will be light. Now for tonight, mostly clear. Watch for fog to reform late this evening. Again, light and variable winds. And our daytime high, 75 degrees. Brenda, Debbie, back to you.
Oh, sounds good, Dave. Thank you. We'll be back at 9:26 with another local news update. Hope you can join us. Have a good morning.
Wow.
Wow is right. With Dish Network, you'll get America's lowest all-digital priced package. Over 50 channels for just $22.99 a month.
Wow.
Visit Sears or a participating retailer today or call 1-800-333-DISH and ask about our free dish offer.
Friday, his son volunteered for a medical study to help save lives. But was he betrayed by doctors he trusted? Dateline Friday, 9/8 Central on NBC.
Presenting a fresh approach to shopping. With fresh ways to save. This week at Albertsons, save on a 1-pound package of strawberries, 2 for $3. Bone-in beef New York or ribeye steaks, $3.99 a pound. And Kellogg's cereal, assorted varieties, 6 for $10. Looking for thousands of bonus buys? Albertsons, it's your store.
Goldie Hawn and Susan Sarandon. I hear you really hit it off.
Yeah, we did. But we weren't sleeping together.
Next Oprah.
Today at 4 on News Channel 8.
It's Sleep Country USA's big mattress sale. Save on Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific. Save on top of the line models like Beauty Rest and Posturepedic. Even Sealy's very best, the Crown Jewel. Save on twin, full, queen, or king. Save on firm, extra firm, plush, or pillow tops. Get free pillows with every premium mattress purchase. And 6 months, same as cash financing, absolutely free. It's the big mattress sale. On now.
Buy a mattress anywhere else.
Jeff Gordon in Victory Lane at Indianapolis.
That's NASCAR driver Jeff Gordon doing what he does best, finishing in first place. That was the Brickyard race, and within the last month, he's won 2 Winston Cup races, and lucky for us,
Our owner Rick Hendrick.
Jeff will be stopping by to chat with us in just a moment.
And a worn-out Jeff Gordon.
It may have something to do with this car behind us. Welcome back to a final hour of today on this Wednesday morning, the 18th day of September. I'm Katie Couric, along with Matt Lauer.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Matt Lauer.
Katie Couric, Rush Chairman.
I'm a freshman.
Glad to meet you. Yeah, exactly. And Al Roker's here as well. Coming up in this half hour, if raising your kids have become a real challenge, the psychologist Ruth Peters says it's time to lay down the law. She's got a new book out. It's called, it actually explains 25 rules to live by, including a family code of behavior and values, and insisting on good manners from your children. I insist on it. Whether they do it is a different story. Anyway, she's going to tell us how to achieve those things in just a few minutes. And
How cool are you? You get to reminisce with Captain Kirk.
Beam me up, Allie.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to hold, Katie. But in fact, we've got Captain Kirk. William Shatner is going to be stopping by here. He's a darn good-looking man. And, you know, so much of what we are using today was inspired by scientists who watch Star Trek, talking PCs, cell phones. And in fact, I'm still trying to work on the transporter. I want that transporter. But he's going to be here to talk about that. And then a little bit later, if you aren't stuck in front of one of those talking PCs, Kathy Kaler will be here to give us exercises that will help you, if you're desk-bound, to try to avoid repetitive strain injuries.
Okay, great. Also, Rich McKenna is not the only one celebrating a birthday.
Right.
The teddy bear is twice as old as Richie. The teddy bear turns 100, so we're going to have an assortment of the little guys coming up as well.
All right, let's swing over this direction here and bring in Jeff Gordon, one of
Hi, Jeff.
NASCAR's biggest names. 3 years ago, Jeff created
How are you?
something
Nice
called
to see you. How are you doing?
the Jeff Gordon Foundation. He's here to tell us about the Elmo car that's raising money for that foundation. Describe this for us.
It is. We're really excited about the partnership that we've gotten these days with Sesame Street and the Jeff Gordon Foundation, and we'll actually have this Elmo car this year. Maybe use some of the different characters for the next couple of years.
Hey, it's this weekend.
That's Dick's Stadium Super Sale.
Off Highway 26 and Cornelius Pass Road in Hillsboro.
Lavinia spent her whole life
Hey, Viz. Suzette? It's me. Who's that? My friend. Your friend?
trying to escape her past
Does our mom have a secret life?
You have no idea.
until it came back
You are so uptight.
to free her.
It's creepy.
Their lives make them different.
So now what do we do?
Their friendship makes them sisters.
We're burning down the house.
The Banger Sisters. Rated R. Starts tomorrow only in theaters.
Martin Scott Distinctive Furnishings asks, when is half better than whole? At the Martin Scott Limited half-yearly sale. This weekend, we're clearing out our showroom of top-quality furniture, dining room, living room, bedroom, upholstery, leather, lighting, and decorative accessories. So many items we can't show them all. Take half off the most distinctive furniture you've ever seen. Professional design staff to assist you with your selections. This weekend, Martin Scott half-yearly sale. Come and count the savings. Martin Scott Limited, where elegance is priceless but not always expensive.
Introducing a whole new spirit of American style. Buick 2003. Graceful style, power, quality, innovation. Buick makes history launching the 2003s interest-free. 0% APR on Buick's luxurious award-winning sedans. Even the remarkable Rendezvous. The spirit of American style. See your participating Northwest Buick dealer.